Hello, good and faithful people of the Church, the Mediator. I hope you are well. It's Father Dale. What is something that you are feeling called to offer back to God right now in your life? What is your sacrifice of praise and thanksgiving to God on the altar of your life for this coming year? Before I return to that question, as always, my little announcements. It is a full and brimming weekend here at the Church of the Mediator tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mediator Youth and I and some adults will go to Dorney Park for fun. Saturday morning, I am officiating and administering the Sacrament of Holy Baptism for the first time in this parish in Spanish. This will be Alexander, who will receive the Sacrament of Holy Baptism, who is a young person who has been coming with his family to the 1 p.m. Spanish language Eucharist for the past couple of months. I'm really excited about that. Then, of course, on Sunday morning, 9 a.m., we will be here for a relatively regular Sunday morning in English. And then the big event of the weekend is at 1:30 p.m., the diocesan celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month will be here at Mediator. Bishop Kevin will be here celebrating a bilingual Eucharist, English and Spanish, 1:30 for the service. And then following that, about 3 p.m., I think we will end up in the gym because of the weather this weekend. We will go upstairs and we will celebrate Hispanic heritage, all of the gifts that Hispanicness and Latino-ness give to the world, and particularly to our context here in Allentown and now to our parish, as we are a bilingual and multicultural parish. How incredibly gifted we are in that now as a people of God. Turning to my first question, my opening question, what is something that you are feeling called to offer back to God on the altar of your life right now this year? We often at this time of the annual campaign talk a lot about finances, which of course is one of the great ways that we sacrifice as U.S. Americans, because finances are so important to us. And right now, because of economics, things are tighter for many of us than ever. And so that sacrifice is even more sacrificial. And yet, it's not just finances that we offer back to God. We offer a portion of our finances back to God to say thank you, to say I'm committed to this and I'm all in, Lord. I'm staking my claim on the coming of the kingdom and the work and the mission and the ministry that happens through my parish. Of course, all of that is true. But we also give back out of the rootedness that we experience here in our community of faith. We give back from our wisdom and our works. We volunteer, we teach, we mentor, we speak, we befriend. All of those things are means of offering the sacrifice of praise and thanksgiving back to God on the altar of our lives. And I use that terminology from a hymn. You know how much I love to quote hymnody. My friends, hymn number 704 in the hymnal 1982 is a text by the great Charles Wesley, perhaps the greatest hymn writer of the church's history. It's a hymn that's not particularly popular here in the Episcopal Church in the domestic United States, but it is a hymn that is beloved across the Anglican Communion. It's called "O Thou Who Camest from Above" is the first line of the hymn, but that third stanza is the stanza I want to quote. This is a hymn that I played and accompanied at the marriage of Sister Helena Barrett and her wife AJ many years ago when I was still an organist. Sister Helena was the first openly gay lesbian priest ordained in the Episcopal Church back in the late 1970s. You'll remember, if you've been around for a little while, Ellen Barrett and the stir that ordination in the Diocese of New York caused. She just received the Distinguished Alumni Award at the General Seminary this past week, and of course had me thinking of her and of this hymn and that third stanza, which is about offering our life and the flame, the gift of God and the Spirit that is given to us. Stanza 3, Jesus, confirm my heart's desire to work and speak and think for thee. Still let me guard the holy fire and still stir up the gift in me. It's that sense of God gives so abundantly. Everything we have is God's. Everything we are is God's. God gives without any reservation, and therefore then we are in the practice, year by year, day by day, little by little, of giving it back, of releasing it freely for the work of the kingdom of God. Blessings, my friends. I will see you on Sunday.